it's Jessii Vee, and in today's video we're going to be talking about some very odd and creepy St. Patrick's Day superstitions, and we're also going to be talking about some very bad things that have happened on this day. One is a true sad story, and one I think is more of a creepypasta, but who knows? It could have been true. As you can probably see, I have decided to wear my luck potion necklace. I've actually made this myself. I think I have about 15 of these for sale on my Etsy shop. I will link it down below, but I love making potion necklaces. So I also have unicorn tears available. I have dragon tears available. I have liquid moonlight available. So I love making these little jars into necklaces. They remind me of like Harry Potter or like fairies, or this even reminds me of Tinkerbell a little bit. So if you guys would like one of my potion necklaces, I have linked them down below. They are so fun to make, and just thank you guys for supporting my art, because I do consider making jewelry like this art and I just really love it, so thank you. Alright guys, so let's get right into today's video. We're gonna start with some very odd St. Patrick's Day superstitions. Some people believe that if you have a really horrible itch on your left hand, like if you cannot stop itching it all day, it may mean that a pot of gold is about to come your way. Imagine like being itchy and then you're like, oh, gold's coming. Leprechauns are one friend that you do not want to make. They have a reputation for being deceitful tricksters, but people say that if you're able to actually catch a leprechaun, he will tell you where his treasure is in exchange for his freedom. But the whole time that you've caught him, you cannot take your eyes off of him, because apparently if you look away or blink or anything for 1 second, he will vanish. They also say that you should be careful not to drop anything on St. Patrick's Day. If something falls out of your hand, it means that someone unexpected is coming to visit you, and that's not always a good thing. So they say that on this day, you should probably try not to hold things, which I feel would be very difficult because we have to use our hands at some point during the day. If you come across a horseshoe, nail it to the door. And apparently it doesn't count if you're gifted one or you buy one. You have to like randomly find it on the ground for this to count. And apparently with this random horseshoe on your door, it'll bring you good luck. They also say that if you want to find out who you're gonna marry, you need to put a snail on a plate of flour. Then you're supposed to cover it and leave it overnight. And in the morning, the snail's path will carve out the initial of the person you're gonna marry. I just feel bad for the snail. There's also a creepy one saying that if you're out of your house after midnight on St. Patrick's Day, the fairies may enchant you and make you forget where you live, so you will wander into the forest to be transported to their realm. Those fairies are definitely tricksters as well. Watch out for fairies. Okay, so obviously we have to somewhat delve into the history of the four-leaf clover, because that's like the thing for St. Patrick's Day. Hundreds of years ago in Ireland, the four-leaf clover became a symbol of luck, with 4 leaves representing faith, hope, love, and success. Celtic priests in the early days of Ireland believed that when they carried a 3-leaf clover, they could see evil spirits coming and have a chance to escape on time. So 4-leaf clovers were Celtic charms, presumed to offer this magical protection and ward off bad luck, as we know. Children in the Middle Ages believed that if they carried a 4-leaf clover, they would be able to see the fairies. Now, there apparently are no 4-leaf clover plants that naturally produce 4 leaves. So if you find one, it's super rare. They say you have a 1 in 10,000 chance of finding one. So it's not impossible, but it's definitely super hard. All right, so the story I'm about to tell you is true. It's a missing persons case that happened on St. Patrick's Day, and it actually happened in the area that I live, which makes it even more sort of unsettling to talk about, I think. The case is called the Lost Boys. This happened on March 17th of 1995. So this would have been 1 year after I was born. 6 teenage boys from Pickering, Ontario left a St. Patrick's Day party, and that was the last time they were ever seen. Now, before they left the party at about 12:50 a.m., they told someone at the party that they were gonna go and goof around on a boat. Witnesses and evidence suggest that the boys went down to the beach looking for adventure. And once they got there, they were presumed to have stolen a motorboat and a 3-wheeled paddle boat from the marina. Then it is believed that they headed out for a joyride on the cold, icy waters of the lake without any life jackets. Now, security cameras did catch the boys entering the marina at about 2:30 in the morning, and local residents around the area even remember being woken up by hearing the sound of a boat heading out on the water, which was obviously strange because people usually don't go boating in the dark. And then the next morning, people came forward and reported that 2 of their boats had been stolen. Now, the boys were first reported missing by their worried girlfriends, and this was on the Friday. But the police didn't take their concerns seriously until Saturday afternoon, and that's when they were able to connect the boys with the stolen boats. By 2 p.m. on Saturday, which was 36 hours after the boys were last seen, a massive search was underway. Now the thing was, they found nothing, and thousands of volunteers from this area of Ontario were searching everywhere for them, all through the waters, all around the area. No bodies were found, no boats were found, and boats are huge, guys. No pieces of clothing. The only item they found on the lake was a gas can belonging to one of the boats that they stole. So people had so many questions about this case. What happened to the boys? Why was no personal evidence of their fate ever found? Was there foul play? Did the boys actually die? Or was this an elaborate plot to disappear? These questions and many others have never been answered. So this remains a huge mystery in Ontario, Canada. Like, there were no sunken boats ever found. I mean, it was such a crazy situation. I feel like it's hard for 6 people to go missing and no evidence being found for them. So let's move on to the creepypasta story. This is called the Clover Necklace. There's a story about a woman that lived in Ireland, and one evening on a rainy St. Patrick's Day, she was walking home from her friend's house when she noticed a girl crouched on the pavement crying in a puddle. She slowly began to walk up to her. She was only able to see the back of her and not her face. But she was crying so hard in this puddle that her shoulders were shaking uncontrollably. The woman asked her what was wrong, and the crying stopped immediately. The girl in the puddle slowly turned around to reveal her face, which was covered in black mascara running down her cheeks. "Will you take this from me?" she sobbed, holding out this 4-leaf clover necklace. The woman was confused and said she wouldn't want to take something that didn't belong to her. But the girl pleaded and pleaded, and eventually the woman agreed and took the necklace. Once it was out of the girl's hand, she stood up and ran away. The woman took the necklace back home and went to bed. And the next morning when she got up to brush her teeth, she was startled by the fact that she was unable to see her reflection in the mirror. So she walked all throughout her house, frantically going up to every single mirror that she owned, but she was unable to see her face. She immediately thought that the necklace must have been cursed and threw it in the garbage. But still, her reflection did not return. After trying absolutely everything, she realized that the only way she'd be able to get her life back to normal and see herself again was to gift the necklace to someone who would accept it. Which is probably why that girl was in the street hovering over a puddle crying, because she couldn't see herself in any reflective surface until she was rid of the necklace. And that's how the story just ends. So much for good luck with this 4-leaf clover necklace, because all it brought was bad luck. I don't know about you guys, but if I was walking home in the middle of the night and saw someone crying in a puddle, I probably would just call the police or something. I don't think I'd go up, because that's such a creepy situation. I find a lot of stories about haunted items. The only way to get rid of all the curse from your life is to gift it to somebody. Like, I've seen that written in stories so many times. Like back when I talked about that umbrella painting, the only way they could get rid of that curse was to gift it to somebody. Anyway, so guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, if you would like one of my new potion necklaces, I've linked it down below, and if you would like a personalized video from me or you want to talk to me, I've also linked that down below. But I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!